Welcome to the Urban Herald. We're your team for, cutting through all that information overload, getting you the insights you actually need. And today, we are doing a deep dive.
We are. It's all about road trip essentials.
The ultimate guide, really. Safer, smarter, greener miles.
That's the plan. Our mission today, as part of the Urban Herald team, is to give you this, a really comprehensive look.
Right.
We're covering everything from the get-go, the planning, the vehicle checks, safety, obviously, comfort.
Even sustainability.
Exactly.
Okay,
Making
what?
sure every mile's covered. Budgeting, breakdowns, the lot. We want you equipped for your next adventure.
Totally empowered. Ready for that open road. Okay, so let's kick things off. Maybe a quick overview. Sometimes you just need the highlights first.
Good idea. Our sources gave a great condensed list. Think of it like a quick start guide.
Okay.
So first up, vehicle health. That's your tires, oil, coolant, brakes, lights. And crucially, the spare tire, jack, lug wrench. Your basic toolkit.
Can't forget those. Then paperwork. License, V5C, that's your registration here in the UK, insurance docs. Maybe European or green card equivalents if you're crossing borders, EHAC or GHIC cards, and emergency contacts.
Got it. Route planning.
Yep. Road and budget. GPS apps, sure, but also offline maps. Fuel planning apps, checking the weather, and importantly, getting real about the costs.
Okay. Safety kit.
Essential. Road trip safety kit. First aid, reflective triangle, torch, jumper cables, maybe even a small fire extinguisher, a multi-tool.
Comfort items. Makes a big difference on long trips.
Oh, definitely. Road trip comfort items. Neck pillow, your playlist, good snacks, reusable bottles, a cooler maybe, USB hub for charging, maybe even a car inverter.
Right. And basic wellness.
Health and hygiene. Sanitizer, wipes, tissues, any personal meds, sunscreen, hats. Basic stuff, but easy to forget.
And finally, fitting it all in.
Luggage optimization. Packing cubes are great for this. Organizers, rubbish bags, think about layers for clothes.
It's a solid overview. Lots there, but we'll break it down. Exactly. And like you said, the full detailed checklist, always downloadable from the Urban Herald site.
Perfect. Okay, so those are the essentials. But things change, right? What's shaping road trips, say, right now in 2025? What are the trends?
Good question. There are definitely some key trends influencing things. One big one is the continued popularity of staycations and domestic road trips.
Exploring closer to home?
Yeah, exactly. People are really discovering local gems, hidden wonders. It's partly economic, partly just a shift in perspective, appreciating what's nearby.
Makes sense. And that probably ties into the next one.
It does. Eco-friendly travel and sustainable tourism. There's a much bigger awareness now. People are thinking about, fuel efficiency, reducing waste, choosing greener places to stay.
It's not just about having an EV anymore. It's about how you travel.
Precisely. And that leads into the third trend, enhanced car safety kits and emergency preparedness. People want that peace of mind.
So more focus on having the right gear and knowing what to do.
Exactly. Comprehensive kits, up-to-date advice. It just makes the journey feel safer, more manageable.
Okay. What else?
Smart packing and diligent vehicle maintenance. Efficiency is key. People want smooth, hassle-free journeys, so they're putting more effort into packing smart and making sure the car is genuinely ready before they leave. Avoiding those silly, preventable problems.
Yeah, nothing worse than a breakdown you could have avoided. And the last one.
A nice one. Pet-friendly travel. It just keeps growing. More people are taking their dogs, sometimes cats, along for the ride.
Ah, yeah.
Which means, specific planning for their needs, comfort, safety stops, the right gear for them. It's really mainstream now.
Interesting trends. Okay, with that context, let's dig into the absolute foundation. Pre-trip planning and those vehicle checks. You're sort of rolling MOT.
Non-negotiable, this part. Let's start with tires. They're literally your 4 postcard-sized links to the road.
That's a good way to put it.
Check the pressure aim for the PSI figure on your door jam sticker, and do it when they're cold. Underinflation hurts fuel economy, handling. Overinflation messes with grip, causes uneven wear.
Right, card check.
Yeah.
And tread depth.
Crucial. Legally, it's 1.6 millimeters in the UK, but for long trips, especially if you might hit bad weather, our sources strongly suggest replacing or at least rotating them if the tread is below 3 millimeters. Better grip, better safety.
3 millimeters, good benchmark.
Okay.
Okay, beyond tires. Fluids.
Yep. Check and top up your oil, coolant, brake fluid, and screen wash. Use the manufacturer-specified fluids. Don't just grab anything. Prevents overheating, ensures braking works, keeps your view clear.
Simple checks, massive impact. Lights.
Easy to forget but vital. Check indicators, brake lights, fog lights, headlights. Do it against a wall or get someone to help you walk around the car.
Avoids getting pulled over, too. And those emergency tools you mentioned earlier.
The unsung heroes. Make sure you actually have a usable spare tire, full size preferably, or a space saver. Know where it is, and crucially know how to use the jack and lug wrench.
Practicing beforehand is probably smart.
Definitely. We found this great little anecdote. An experienced road tripper out in Colorado got a flat, miles from anywhere. But
Go on.
they had a small portable air compressor, just enough to inflate the spare properly and limp to a garage. Save them hours waiting for assistance.
See? Small prep, huge impact.
Yeah.
Okay, car's good. What about the paperwork? Essential documents.
Right. Get a folder, physical or digital, whatever works for you. In it,
Yeah.
driving licenses, international driving permit if needed, your V5C or vehicle registration, insurance certificate.
Health cards, too.
Yes, EAIC or GHIC for Europe, and a list of emergency contacts, definitely including your breakdown cover provider's number.
Good tip. Scan them all, back them up to the cloud, but also carry hard copies. Belt-in braces security, especially if you lose phone signal.
Exactly. Which brings us nicely to route planning and navigation.
Ah, yes, the map wars. App versus paper.
Huh. Well, modern GPS apps, Waze, Google Maps are amazing. Live traffic, fuel prices, hazards, fantastic. But, and it's a big but, dead zones are real.
Especially out in the sticks.
Definitely. So always have printed maps of key areas, or at the very least, download offline maps onto your phone or device. Resilience is the key word here.
Good point. And planning stops.
Crucial for avoiding fatigue. Plan logical fuel and rest stops roughly every 2 hours. It's not just common sense. Apparently, academic studies back up these regular pit stop algorithms for maintaining focus.
Even the academics agree.
Yep.
And quick mentions for EV charging planning and checking for seasonal road closures, right?
Absolutely vital for EV drivers. And
Right.
yeah, always check highway agency sites for closures. Nobody wants a surprise snowy pass blocking their route. Okay, let's talk money. Budgeting basics.
Always the fun part. How do you break it down?
Keep it simple. Categories: fuel, food, accommodation, activities. Then look for hacks in each.
Okay, give us some hacks. Fuel.
Use apps like Petrol Prices Here or Gas Buddy in North America to compare prices.
Yep.
Try to fill up away from motorways or main highways, usually cheaper.
Good one. Food.
Pack a cooler. Seriously. Snacks, drinks, maybe stuff for sandwiches, way cheaper than service stations. Supermarket meal deals are also your friend.
Accommodation. Bit trickier, maybe.
Mix it up. Maybe some nights in cheaper hostels or campsites, then perhaps use loyalty points for a comfier hotel stay elsewhere. Balance it out.
And activities. Doesn't have to break the bank.
Not at all. Look for free stuff. National Trust trails here in the UK, state parks in the US, free museum days, scenic walks, picnics. Lots you can do without spending loads.
Smart. Okay, cars checked, docs sorted, route planned, budget feels doable. Now, safety nets. Safety and emergency preparedness. Keeping small hiccups small.
Exactly. A solid road trip safety kit is your best friend here. What goes in? Well, first, a proper first aid kit. Sterile dressings, plasters, antiseptic wipes, painkillers, maybe a foil space blanket.
Standard stuff, but check it's in date.
Good point. Then, jumper cables, or even better maybe, a portable booster pack. Modern car electrics can be fussy. A torch or headlamp with spare batteries is essential for nighttime issues.
Reflective gear.
Absolutely. A reflective warning triangle legally required in much of Europe, and a high-vis vest makes you much safer if you have to be roadside.
Okay. Fire extinguisher.
Recommended.
Mhm.
A small 1 kilogram powder type suitable for vehicles and for those little fixes.
Ah, the improvisation kit.
Yeah, a good multi-tool, some strong duct tape, and a few zip ties. Amazing what you can temporarily fix with those. Loose trim, a leaky hose, gives you options.
Resourcefulness on the road. Okay, beyond the physical kit. Communication.
Communication lifelines. Start with phones fully charged, obviously, but keep a decent power bank, say 10,000 milliamp charged up in the glove box.
Good backup.
A 12V car inverter is handy for charging laptops or camera gear, and a multi-port USB hub means passengers can charge stuff too.
What about really remote areas? No signal.
That's where you might consider a satellite phone or an emergency locator beacon like a PLB. Pricey, but for real wilderness trips, it's fail-safe reassurance.
Peace of mind. Okay, worst case. A breakdown happens. What are the actual breakdown procedures?
First, safety. Pull over as far left in the UK or right as possible, safely off the road if you can, handbrake on. Put your warning triangle out about 45 meters or 150 feet behind the car on UK roads.
Then call for help?
Yes, your first call should be to your breakdown provider. Then maybe consult your car's manual, but crucially, don't attempt repairs you're not confident with.
Know your limits.
Exactly. Even the best kit can't fix a major mechanical failure. That's what the pros are for.
Good reminder. And you mentioned safety advice from places like the AA and RAC. They always stress those pre-trip checks, right?
Consistently, thorough checks and ensuring your emergency kit is current. And thinking that recent times, hygiene is still important.
Right. Post-COVID considerations.
Yeah, keep packing hand sanitizer, disinfecting wipes, maybe masks for busy public stops, just sensible precautions.
Okay, safe, prepared. But what about just being comfortable? Long drives can be tough. Comfort and convenience.
So important for keeping spirits high. Food and drink. We mentioned the cooler. Reusable bottles are great. Pack balanced snacks, fruit, nuts, oat bars. Avoid the sugar crashes from service station sweets.
Good call. Entertainment.
Curated playlists, definitely. Podcasts, audiobooks. The key is offline downloads. Mobile signal will drop out, especially in rural areas or mountains. Don't rely on streaming.
Ah, the dreaded buffering symbol. Personal comfort.
Neck pillows can be surprisingly good. A lightweight blanket, maybe. Wear comfy, breathable clothes. Loungewear is fine in the car.
Tech for comfort.
That car inverter we mentioned. Great for laptops if someone needs to work or watch a film. Noise-canceling headphones can be a real blessing, especially with kids in the back.
Reduces the "are we nearly there yet" frequency, perhaps.
Maybe. And don't forget organization. Boot organizers, dedicated rubbish bags, those packing cubes again. Keep the car tidy, keeps your mind tidy.
Thanks, finding things easier, too. Okay, related to comfort is health and hygiene on the move.
Yep, quick list here. Hand sanitizer, as we said. Biodegradable wet wipes, useful for everything. Tissues, your personal medication, obviously, plus maybe motion sickness remedies, antihistamines if needed. Keep it all accessible.
Sun protection.
Essential, even through car windows.
Yeah.
SPF 30 plus sunscreen, lip balm with SPF, and a wide brim hat for when you stop and get out.
Smart. All right, we've got all this gear. How do we pack it effectively? Packing smart, maximize space, minimize stress.
Right, luggage optimization. Tip 1, roll your clothes, don't fold, saves space, reduces wrinkles. Use those packing cubes, maybe color-coded by person or item type. And for bulky stuff like coats, vacuum compressed bags are amazing.
They really shrink things down. Accessibility.
Key point, use seat back organizers or small bags for daily essentials. Snacks, chargers, sunglasses, wet wipes. Keep them within easy reach. Stuff you won't need until you arrive can go deeper in the boot or under the floor.
Makes sense. Clothing choices.
Think layers. Road trip weather can change fast. A good system is a merino wool base layer, good temperature regulation, a mid-weight fleece, and a waterproof outer shell, adaptable for most conditions.
Okay, layering is key. Now, for many people, road trips mean bringing the whole family, including the sorry members, pet and family travel essentials.
Very popular now. Let's start with pets. What do they need?
Poo bags. Lots of poo bags.
Ah, yes. Also, collapsible water food bowls, their usual kibble, don't change food suddenly, a secure harness, and a proper vehicle restraint leash or crate, and maybe a copy of their vet records, just in case.
And planning for them on the road.
Crucial! Plan for shaded rest breaks every couple of hours, let them stretch, drink, do their business, and always secure them safely. A loose pet is a dangerous distraction and unsafe in a crash.
Good points. Now, for kids, family travel checklists.
Keeping little ones happy is an art form. Pack age-appropriate entertainment, books, small quiet toys, maybe a tablet loaded with downloaded games and shows. Again, don't rely on signal.
Comfort items.
Definitely. Their favorite blanket or stuffed animal can make a big difference. Keep snacks and drinks super accessible, avoids emergency stops for a hungry child.
First aid for kids.
Yeah, maybe add child-specific pain relief, special plasters, anything particular they might need to your main kit. The golden rule. Regular breaks. Let them run around, stretch, burn off energy. Essential for everyone's sanity.
Absolutely. Okay, we've covered a lot on preparation and comfort. Let's shift focus slightly to environmental considerations. How can we make our miles greener?
Important topic. It starts before you even leave. Consolidate errands so you're not making extra small trips. And pack light, less weight means better fuel efficiency, better MPG. Simple physics.
On the road.
Choose refillable toiletries instead of disposable miniatures. Always, always carry a rubbish bag and dispose of waste responsibly. Recycle where you can find facilities en route.
What about bigger picture things?
You could look into carbon offset schemes for your journey's emissions, or consider if parts of the trip could use public transport, maybe park the car and take a train for a city visit.
Interesting idea. Accommodation and food.
Prioritize sustainable options. Look for eco-certified hotels or campsites. Choose restaurants that source food locally. Support businesses that are trying to lessen their impact.
Makes the trip feel better too, doesn't it? Okay, last big section, technology. How can digital tools help the modern road tripper?
Your phone is your command center. For navigation, yes, Google Maps, Apple Maps, remember those offline downloads. But also, apps like Waze give you real-time community reports on traffic, police, hazards. Very useful.
Fuel-saving apps.
We mentioned petrol prices, UK, and Gas Buddy, US, Canada. They genuinely save you money finding cheaper fuel stops.
Emergency apps.
Definitely have your breakdown services app installed, AARAC here, AACIM in North America. And that app, What Three Words, is brilliant for pinpointing your exact location if you're off the beaten track and need help. It gives any 3x3 meter square a unique three-word address.
That's clever. EV charging.
Essential for EV drivers. Apps like ZapMap UK or PlugShare Global show charger locations, availability, charging speeds, indispensable.
And entertainment apps.
Spotify, Apple Music, Audible, podcast apps. Just remember the golden rule. Download content offline before you lose signal. So pulling it all together, it's clear a really great road trip isn't just about jumping in the car.
No, it really demands that forethought, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Understanding your car mechanical sympathy, as they say, plus a good dose of, well, wanderlust.
Right. And we hope this guide, drawing on our research here at the Urban Herald, acts like your portable co-pilot.
Yeah, something to help you prepare for whatever the road throws at you, making those A roads, B roads, even the tiny single-track lanes feel like home turf.
Exactly. Empowering you to really embrace the journey, with confidence.
So as you start thinking about your next adventure, here's maybe the final thought for you to mull over. How does this level of preparation, thinking about the car, the route, safety, comfort, even the environmental side, how does that actually change not just the trip itself, but your whole mindset? Does it free you up somehow? Allow for more, I don't know, true immersion and maybe those unexpected discoveries along the way?
That's a great question. And remember, if you want a practical takeaway, that complete, easy-to-use list of everything we've covered.
The printable checklist.
Exactly. It's ready for you to download from the Urban Herald website. Makes packing and prepping much easier.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into road trip essentials.
It's been a pleasure. We genuinely wish you many safe, happy, and memorable travels out there.
From all of us here at the Urban Herald team, drive safe, and we'll see you next time.